Hey FLOSSTUBE, it's Leigh from Creative Leigh here on Sunday the 5th of February 2023 with FLOSSTUBE number 163. Welcome back to my weekly YouTube channel about counted cross stitch with a little bit of life stuff thrown in. Not too much life stuff today, last week was a bit heavy, so thank you for all the lovely comments and thoughts and stuff. I'm good, you know, it was a lot, but I'm fine. I just, sad for my friend. She's doing okay. She's had her parents with her all week, and they had a private service on Friday, so her partner's been farewelled, and she's just gonna take the next week to start thinking about stuff and what's next really. But she's doing okay, and I spent a little bit of time over while they were out doing things with the dogs. Her dogs have issues being left alone, and just sort of like keeping there in case the doorbell rang or whatever. But so I did take a little bit of bereavement leave just to help her family out. Yeah, Dad, where was he when I last talked to you? Was he in hospital? I think he was. So he did go home on Wednesday with a new medication for an issue that's been newly found, something to do with his aorta. So he is feeling better, which is good. He said, yeah, that particular thing, he's feeling better, and whether that's the medication or in his head, who really cares? So fingers crossed that things stay up on track for a little bit longer. It's Dad, it's always something. So yeah, he's managed to stay home now for 5 days, and he even called me. Did he call me yesterday, or did I call him? I think he called me yesterday, and to tell me that he'd been over at the neighbours most of the day watching sport and stuff and having a few wines, and he was a bit relaxed, let's call it. So he must be feeling okay if he's out on the piss with the neighbours, basically. I kind of woke up feeling a bit this today, not really ill, but just under the weather, just a bit sinusy and snotty, and just feeling a bit, I got a headache, so I think it's just not enough sleep because it's just so muggy, and I can't seem to get to sleep till about 1 o'clock, and then I wake up at like 3 or 4, and then I wake up again at 6, and I like 8 or 9 hours sleep. So I'm only getting about 3 or 4 hours sleep at the moment, and it sucks. But other than that, I'm doing okay, I think. Tomorrow we've got a public holiday here in New Zealand. It's Waitangi Day, a national day that commemorates the signing of what is considered New Zealand's founding document, Te Tiriti o Waitangi, the Treaty of Waitangi. So no work for me. Tomorrow is going to have to be dedicated to some gardening. Need to get some weeds out, some plants in, and some grass cut. It is sort of raining, lightly raining at the moment today. It's just weird. This weather's so strange. I was about to say I haven't bought anything new, but I have, but I don't have it to show yet. I did manage to track down the last spool of Oversoir 103 that I need for fully kitting up Alexander's of Lynrathan, the Hands Across the Sea chart that I want to personalise for my great-great-grandparents, I think they are, in Australia. And the spool that I needed, whatever number it was, has been out of stock everywhere, but A Stitch in Time in Tasmania had it, so I ordered a couple of things, so that's on its way to me, so hopefully that'll arrive in the next few weeks and I can show you that. And that has to be the last of my birthday spending. I'm calling it birthday spending because I think I ordered it at the end of January, so Tuesday, Monday, last week, whatever week. But yeah, I haven't bought anything else. So, but I have done quite a bit of stitching. So I did stitching while I was house sitting, and just managed to squeeze it in really. So I can show you all that shortly. In fact, I can show you all that now, to the stitching. I have a finish. On Sunday afternoon, evening, I had a look through, identified a few things that are close-ish to a finish, a leg close, meaning, you know, sort of butt-turner stitching. And decided I really wanted to finish Rachael Holmes. So Rachael Holmes by Heartstring Samplery, which is on 32 count Light Mocha by Zweigart. I need to find the reading part of my glasses, and using my own silk conversion. This was start number 33 of 50 for my 50 at 50 last year, and I started it on the first day of spring and I finished it on the 30th of January. So basically Sunday night and Monday when it wasn't working. And here she is. So last time you saw it, I pretty much had to do everything in that top, like everything there, above the, above the fancy borders. And it's personalised for a great aunt of mine, my grandfather's sister. So I put her maiden name, Muriel Grace Hall, and her year of birth. And then, yeah, had to do all the board. Basically, most of what's above that I had to do. So yeah, I really love it. So yeah, I'm really pleased to have that done. Again, Heartstring Samplery, Rachael Holmes, and it's so pretty and delicate, and I'm so happy with it. And because I want to chip away at my goals, and I'm doing a number of stitch-alongs this year, or continuing in a few stitch-alongs, after I finished Rachael, I wanted to pick up Crowns of the Kingdom. This is a stitch-along that I started with Susie Lambert on the New Zealand Stitcher, and we started this on the Memorial Day that New Zealand had for Queen Elizabeth II. So that's by Rosewood Manor. It's on 32 count antique white linen using the called for Petite Treasure Braids, and I started this start number 38 of 50 on the 25th of September. And I did a little bit of stitching on this on the 31st of January, and then again on the 1st of February. So I've stitched on this in both months now. Cheeky, right? And that's where I'm at now. The new things that went in, basically this corner here. So I stitched this crown on the I'm telling you a lie, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I stitched this crown, and these two little crowns. I think I stitched that big black one as well. So maybe I stitched 5 crowns. Yeah, I think this one here with the copper bits, I stitched that as well, did I? Yeah, so I'm really happy with that. It's still quite big because all I've stitched really is this bottom section. So what am I? Maybe I'm over 20%, but not quite 33%. On Wednesday and then again on Friday when I looked after dogs, Wednesday afternoon and then much of Friday, I took 10,000 Lakes with me by Carolyn Manning Designs. This I started at the January Wellington Stitchy catch-up, but I had to stop. I didn't get that much done because I got to a point where I realised I'd bought the wrong thread, so I needed to look. I'd bought 3032 instead of 3023 because I do stuff like that. This is on 18 count Sage Aida using the call for DMC, and I have got quite a lot of work done on this over the this last week and stuff. So yeah, a good chunk. I'd done a little bit around here and a little bit in this corner, and the rest of it's pretty much all been done. So all of this is filled in. I've just started on the back stitching. I've got a little bit of back stitching to do in that little bit. All of that's filled in. I guess that's a quarter there. That's where the quarter halfway marks are. So I'm not quite a quarter done. I've got a little bit of fill in to do there. But yeah, I'm really loving how that's coming out. So yeah, 1 strand over 1 on 18 count Aida and progress. Also during the week I've worked on a Mairmaid song by Carriage House Samplings. This is on 40 count shortbread using my own overdyed conversion. This will start 49 of 50 on the 22nd of December, and quite keen to get this finished. Last time you saw this I needed to do everything in the middle of the circle. I'd finished all the outside. Basically, I had all the shrubbery and stuff in. I basically had outlined the mermaid. So since you saw this, I filled her in. I knew when I was stitching the outline that I'd made a couple of counting errors that made the tail a little bit fun to manipulate, because it was one X wider in some places and 1X narrower in other places, but I managed to work around the pattern. And all I've got to do now is the satin stitch ocean, which I'm going to do in a slightly greeny blue. So yeah, I'm really pleased with her. Her tail does look pretty cool. The scales, the beigey colours in the scales are alternating rows of a sort of his alternating rows of 2 beige colours, like a more caramelly one and then a greyier one. Yeah. Bring on the satin stitch. A new month means a new release for my Carolyn Manning Designs, my grandma's jewellery box sale. I can't find my card. I pulled the wrong one. So February came out. That was January, to remind you. It's February. These are little brooches that are released every month. I'm just going to do them as individual ornaments. So I'm just stitching on a huge piece of 32 count white antique white Aida, and I'm using the called for DMC, and I'm substituting in metallics and beads just from leftovers. So my metallic is quite different. The metallic was the same as last month's called for aventurine, a number 4 braid, but I used a number 4 braid and a copper. So these leaves here are in that. And the beads I used, instead of gold, I used sort of this reddy, slightly pinky, no, not even pinky, what colour are they? They're a translucent antique bead, and they're just more of a slightly bluey red colour, just for something different, but I'm really happy with how it came out. Basically I've got this huge pack of beads and I should use them, that's why I'm using them. So mine will probably always be a little bit different because I'm going to use the beads and metallics that I've got. And finally, yesterday afternoon, I pulled out Stitch Goddess. So this is a stitch along that I initiated along with Judy from an Aussie and a Kiwi world. And I'm stitching this model by the Stitch Goddess by Tiny Modernist on 35 count ocean blue from Country Stitch, using the modified called DMC, so mostly called for. I've changed the blues and the pinks, I think, I can't remember now. So last time you saw this, I had the hedgehog and the bottom of her skirt in, and I had stitched all of the left side of the foliage, and then I came back and I started on the right side, and I got up here and realised it didn't meet. I had made a mistake way down here. So because of all the stuff and it needs to be symmetrical, it was too hard to work around that, so I pulled that all back as well. So I stitched that and then most of this, and then I've just added in, you might not be able to see, there's some little pink flower buds along there as well, so I added those. This is now at just over 18% done, so because I don't want to stitch this too quickly, giving other people a chance to stitch along, I will put it away again. So my plan is to just work on this, you know, once a month and do around 10%, give or take. The idea being that I'd still finish this by the end of the year. So yeah, really happy with how that's come out. That's everything. Lots of stitching, lots of X's, and not too much else, I guess. Okay, apologies for the crazy camera angle, but I just did remember that for those of you who watched my video back in October when I was with my sister, we did a little bonus video where she showed a little bit of her stitching, my sister Megan, who lives in Queensland, Australia, and she sent me through an updated video a few weeks ago showing her progress on her Afghan. This is the Protected Babies Afghan from Stony Creek. She's stitching it not on the called for Ann cloth, it's a slightly higher count, larger piece of Afghan. It's sort of an antique white colour, and she's using called for DMC, but she's modifying the layout of all the little animals. They're gorgeous little designs, and she's taking she's alternating some squares with just little cute little sayings like, you know, welcome little one, or you are blessed, or something, I don't know. Where she's using or modifying some of the borders around some of the animals. So I'm going to pop that in. I think since you last saw it back in October, she's finished the elephant and she's added 3 little saying blocks. I think she only has 6 blocks to go. So yeah, it's just going to pop that little video in here. So thanks for the thanks for your watching.
Yeah, they look forward to it every year, and it is something special. And yeah, we look at it as a day of celebration or a 10th celebration, and that's one of the things they do enjoy.
Yeah, beautiful for them to do it. Just very quickly before we let you go, how's the fundraising going?
Yeah, no, it's still going.
Okay, I'm going to wrap that up. Bit of a shorter one, but as I said before, I'm feeling a little bit. I'm just tired. I think it's just like an emotionally drained, and I'm just gonna take it easy for the day. I've got an extra day tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be my garden day, and I'm just going to probably sit on my butt, watch something on Disney. And because I've cancelled Prime, I only do like 1 subscription at a time for streaming, so it's Disney month. So I've got Disney. And I'm going to watch probably some old episodes of Bones or something that I missed way back in the day. Short one this week, shorter than normal, shorter than usual, which is really good for me because it won't take so long to edit. But yeah, just the stitching this week and not too much rabbiting on, which is pretty amazing for me. Thanks for coming along and watching my YouTube. Please do subscribe if you haven't, hit the like button, share with a friend if it's something you think they would enjoy. Find joy in your stitching, and as always, don't let your needles rust. Ciao.